Hey guys, thanks for checking this video out. I'm Jesse with Jesse's Garage and Adventures. Before we go ahead and start, I would like to remind you guys, if you like this kind of content, please follow along, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good kind of stuff. It helps me grow and helps me motivate me for more videos. All right, today I'd like to go over some of my thoughts on the Flextail Max Pump 3. All right guys, I would like to start this video off by saying I'm not a backpack camper or anything like that. I mainly camp out of my truck or tent camp, that kind of stuff. So for me, having the smallest size pump possible really isn't that big of a deal. But on the same hand, I don't want to have something that's huge. So this seemed to kind of fit the best of both worlds. And this pump also features a light that I actually really like a lot. That's probably what I use it most for. I have a big Agnes sleeping pad that I have used it to inflate quite a few times. But honestly, most of the time, I just end up hooking it to my tent or something like that and using it as a light source. So as you can see here, I purchased the kit that came with this. You can buy one that's a little cheaper that doesn't come with this box, but I really wanted the box just to keep it all neat and tidy. It's got some storage up here. It's got a little bag you can put everything in, and I keep the manual up there because it's got some settings that I don't fully know how to navigate yet. But let's go ahead and start off by taking the pump out. And I'll do a quick once over on the pump. I really find that this acrylic or plastic or whatever it is and then the body beneath it is really, interesting looking. I like it a lot personally. And then it comes with an assortment of nozzles and a USB cord. So these nozzles, between all these nozzles, you should fit, well, this one here is actually not a nozzle. This one is to clip into here, and then you can screw it onto a tripod and use it as a mount to mount the light. You can also do the same thing on the top, and that would give you a way to mount the light. It's got a little screw in here. I mean, that's kind of a neat feature. But all these other nozzles, you got some long ones, a couple fatter ones. You've got a silicone nozzle in here. I haven't needed all of these. Here in a few minutes, we'll go ahead and air up my big Agnes sleeping pad just to show you guys, the functionality and about how long it does take. This one's actually threaded. I'm not sure what that goes to fit, but as you can see in there, it's threaded. So I'm not really sure what that one's used for. So let's go ahead and get into the weight of this. This pump appears to be 4.3 ounces. It's pretty light. I mean, it's got a little bit of weight in the hand, but it's nothing crazy. So now we'll go over a couple of the features on it. First of all, it is water resistant. I'm not going to call it waterproof, but it should be able to handle a slight amount of water. It's overall pretty lightweight, small. It does fit in the palm of your hand. It's not like, tiny by any means, but it is pretty small, especially when you compare it to like a larger pump used to maybe air up larger air mattresses or stuff like that. It does have USB-C charging. Something else pretty cool about this is that it does have a vacuum feature as well as a pump feature. You can do either or, whichever one you would like. That helps a lot because you can pull down the air mattress a lot quicker instead of having to try and force all of the air out. So Flextail claims that this pump can deliver 5 kPa of pressure and it'll flow 500 liters per minute. I have no way of actually testing that. To actually get the pump to turn on, you have to press this twice, and then it'll default to the high mode. And then in order to get it to go to the lower mode, you just press and hold this, which I'll go ahead and demonstrate now. It does blow quite a bit of air. I wish I had a good way to demonstrate this. But realistically, while you're camping, you could use this to inflate mattresses, obviously, but you could also use it to stoke a fire. If you had wet hair, you could possibly dry out your hair. I mean, anything that requires a blower. For the light settings, it's similar to the pump. You just press this twice. When you do so, you'll come up with the main light. It casts quite a bit of light. I have some other videos of me actually using it, and then I'll make a couple more during this video so that you can see it in my house. That's your main light. You click it again, you get to your ambient light, which just more casts it off to the sides. And then if you click it one more time, you get all 3 lights. Flextail claims that you can get about 11 hours in your main light mode, 4 to 5 hours in your standard light mode, which I clicked through. So that's your standard, 4 to 5 hours there, and then 4 hours in premium, which is everything. Something else I did not mention is that when you're in a light mode, you can press and hold this button, the light button, and it will change the brightness of your light. So that's all the way dim, and if you press it again, it'll go up, and you can stop wherever you'd like, but you can also press and hold until it flashes again and goes to your main. This is a video from last year when I was having a very difficult time getting the fire to start. All of the wood was wet, and I really don't know if I would have gotten it going without the flex tail. Apparently I suck at making fires. Eventually, I was able to get the fire going. If you'd like to watch more of that video, I will link it here. Brother. It's a pretty neat little light. Well, pump and light. I've currently just got it hanging from my rooftop tent. This is in one of the lower brightness modes. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a couple of light modes. So I can turn it up. Alright, it'll go up now. So that's full brightness in that mode. Oh, I clicked too many times. Okay, so that's the second mode. And then that's max brightness. It's pretty bright. It's more than I need, you know, for just hanging out here. Yep, so there's your first brightness. You can adjust this so it'll go dimmer. So that's full dim. You can bring it back to bright. Then there's the second mode. I'm not sure if this one dims. We'll try it. It does not appear to dim. It's still got pretty good ambient lighting. I don't know what the battery life doing this would be. I haven't really tested that yet. And then this is max brightness. And it's got plenty of light. Okay, this is to demonstrate the light modes. Alright, so this is off. It's pitch black in here. That's your first mode. There's your second mode. And there's all three. I'm going to run through the dimness. So that's the dim. That's it in bright mode. This mode doesn't dim, and I assume this one doesn't either. Nope. I just wanted to go ahead and show you what I was talking about with that bottom cap. So this is my Insta360 tripod, and then you can just click the light on, and then theoretically you have a table light in this situation. All right, I have a Big Agnes Divide sleeping pad. Let's go ahead and get it out and try and air it up, see how long it takes. All right, on the Divide, this is your air intake. I've actually found that none of the nozzles really fit this one really well. This is probably your best fitting one. But oftentimes, I will just take this nozzle and shove it in the hole, and it actually works just fine. You don't even need any of the included nozzles. So with this sleeping pad, I've actually found that it's best to just take the nozzle and put it directly in there. None of the adapters actually quite fit this one. So that actually took less than 50 seconds on high. I kind of fumbled that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull the air out of it, and then we'll redo it on low. This is really convenient with the vacuum setting. Something else that I've noticed while using this is that the vacuum feature makes it much easier to pack this up when I'm done with it. For the last time I filled this, I kind of fumbled it and I had this pressed against the bed and it wasn't quite allowing the air to circulate. So on this one, I'm going to lift this corner up a little bit just to give it some support and not smash this against the bottom of the mattress. As I said a minute ago, we're going to fill it in low this time. So let me start it up, restart my timer. So that took about 1:38, and this is more inflated than I would sleep on it. So it's really not that bad. And on low, it doesn't make a lot of noise. On high, it does make a pretty fair amount of noise. We'll go ahead and pull the air back out of it again, just to demonstrate that. And then I'll show you how thin it actually makes the mattress, the sleeping pad. That way, it's much easier to pack away because you don't have to fold it a certain way to push all the air out because the air is already out. So it's just thin. You can just roll it up and put it away. I'll go ahead and demonstrate how thin this is. Like it basically sucked all the air out of it. Well guys, overall, I think the FlexTail Max Pump 3 is a great little pump. I've had good success with it so far. I haven't had any issues out of it. It's small, powerful, has vacuum feature, multiple nozzles, and a light included. I mean, there's not many products out there that really do meet all those requirements. It does have some competitors in the field. Maybe one day I'll get a hold of one of them and try them out. But for now, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good one.